Hello everyone and welcome to Penkin Plays Hearts of Iron 4. I am back. So then we got some The New Order mod. This is a mod that I said I would play a long time ago, and I finally have some free time. My classes are running down and I am able to play. Now then, this is, if you're not familiar, The New Order Last Days of Europe is a Axis victory in World War II, sort of new Cold War kind of mod. Where now the Axis won in World War II, so they have like Burgundy, because Himmler's over here, Italy is over here, and they have tried to dam the Mediterranean, and it did not exactly go as planned. We got things like all these Soviet successor states over here. We got Empire Japan just chilling. America's really the only free nation in the world, except for, there's probably some places over here that are better than most. You are going to Brazil, but we are going to be playing as Germany, even though probably not a good starting nation. Because it's pretty dense. All I know is that there's going to be a civil war. That is all I'm familiar with when it comes to this mod. That is all I know, is that with Germany, there's going to be a civil war, and quite possibly the extinction of the human race. But I'm not entirely sure about that one. Okay, there we go. So we are das Große Reich, which is kind of a weird name. Because usually when you think about, like, what it means is Greater Germany, but usually you think Groß Deutsches Reich, like Deutschland. But for some reason in this scenario, they really like the term German, which is the Latin/English term. Germania. I mean, I can kind of understand it. I know that, I know Hitler and the Nazi Party were gigantic weebs for ancient Germany, but then again, the ancient Germans would have probably referred to themselves as something along the lines of Deutsch, because that's where they get the word from. But moving on. Over the course of the two most destructive wars in history, Germany lost everything only to gain the world. The 1,000-year Reich soared over the pathetic allies in the Second World War, crushing resistance against the Führer's great ambition in both the West and East, and marching its army farther than it ever had before. Although it came at a great cost with its righteous wars, as all righteous wars do, even American resistance was ultimately halted in the wake of nuclear fire. Finally, Germany had won, its honor restored and its destiny made manifest. The Reich... Oh no, it's not a scroll here to actually pull it down. Fine. The Reich wasted no time following its victory, immediately embarked on reshaping Europe to its own image, one of National Socialism, cleansed of the degenerate bourgeoisie? Burgess? Is that how you spell bourgeoisie? I feel like there's more letters in bourgeoisie, but I think that's it. And freed from the grasp of the lower Untermensch, Lebensraum in the east finally became achievable, and was, alongside the vast Alantropa Dam in the Mediterranean, the Congo River Dam, fueled the largest slavery apparatus in the world has ever seen. Lovely. The German prestige project in the following years, the Heer became the largest and most powerful army in the world, protecting German ambitions from the British Isles to the Russian wastes and the rainforests of Africa. Where once bitter infighting shed brothers' blood, there now stood... Well, I think I pushed too far. There now stood Einheitsfakt, guided the Greater German Reich and its visionary leadership. It did not take long for it to all crumble. In the span of less than a decade, the German economy practically evaporated, followed by a disgraceful West Russian war that brought the Reich to the brink of collapse, and the betrayal of the SS, orchestrated by none other than nefarious Heinrich Himmler. Had it not been for the quick and decisive actions of the Wehrmacht, the Reich would have collapsed. Still, the damage was done. The experience of the 50s, combined with rampant slavery and the reality of the world pressing down upon Germany, has utterly destroyed the people's confidence in their government. No longer is the Reich the proud hegemon of the world. It is now merely a shadow of itself, torn by shameless infighting, united only by a fear of the future. Alright. Next page. I'm fine. I'm good. Get me out of this. How do I get out? Region info on your mod features, mod info. Is there a way? 4 vets. Ah, there we go. Just move me along, please. So as you can see, the UI for this mod is way different than usual. It can definitely hurt the eyes at times, especially these. But, you know, A for effort, A for effort. I can barely see what's going on some of the time, but you know, sometimes something magical happens in this world, and you just gotta look away from the screen. So, let's see, does this mean I've already done it? Time to research versus researched. Okay, green is research, blue can research, red cannot research. Got it. 1962, so we can get some of that. Maybe I should focus on industry. Industry is always a good, just way to go early on. That's a bit later, though. That's good to be playing Hoi4 again. Basic fire control. I think that's for ships. Yeah, I'll get some of that apparatus. I know that we're going to be going into a civil war here soon enough. Blue, so we can get some improved fighter jet interceptors or improved jet fighter. Really? That's the interceptor and that's the fighter? Huh. Looks a bit silly, but alright. Might as well just pick up one of those. Should probably get something in the military tab. Maybe something for infantry. We got Cobra missiles and improved anti-tank equipment. Sure, it's better than using Panzerschrecks. Why not? And in here, support, yeah. We could get Panzerwerfer. The Sprat. Wait, Panzerwerfer. Wait a minute, that means tank thrower? What? That doesn't make no sense. But sure, I'll get one. I mean, I understand what you're going for, but like, what? Usually they're like, either the Nebelwerfer, which is smoke thrower, but used for that, or there's other names, but they always have Werfer in it. Basic motorized, we have no rubber, we have no tungsten. What do we have? An ungodly amount of steel, no rubber, no available factory. Oh, that was a chunky click. Open the militarist GUI. Thank you. Hermann Goering. How nice. Go away. Oh no, I didn't want to click that. I just wanted to get him off the screen. So let's see. Influencers acted against the SS. Rampant factionalist. Influence is high, the power is high, and the approval is absolute. That's, I guess, the approval of the army for the nation. In here, there's really only one option because, yeah, it'll just absolutely bust open. I think back in the day, I think I went for Speer, or was that Bormann? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go Speer. But man on the moon, this is the moment. The culmination of decades of tiresome research and the continuous advancements headed by the brilliant Dr. Werner von Braun. And the German Aerospace Center is ready to commence the greatest operation to date, landing the first man on the moon. If successful, it'll become the Reich's greatest scientific achievement since the weaponization of the atom. The space race has now come to an end. The dominant the National Socialism soon to triumph over the degenerate Americans, backwards Japanese once again. Okay. Okay. What do you know? The Nazis are a bit racist. Yeah, I'll do that. Free military factories. Phew, 31 not assigned. Oh no. Well, we have so much. We have ungodly amounts of steel and aluminum. So we can. No, we can't. I was going to say we could produce fighter jets, but no, we can't. Because we don't have rubber. So, yeah, I'm going to just say. Give me the guns. Give me the guns, boys. Although, you know, aluminum could work for that too, huh? Because you take aluminum and you take steel for support equipment, and support equipment is always good because support equipment is always able to be used. I honestly don't know what I'm doing because I can't. Okay, so it's a little bit, it's different. It's different to get used to. If there's a slight outline, that means not applicable. If it's filled in, that means it's taken. Got it. Good. Thanks. Then how about boats? No ships are being assigned. Build ships. Carriers are always... That's a good trick. The Manfred von Richthofen class. So, Red Baron class. Alright, fair enough. What's in here? Max speed of 40. Nice. Only one flight deck. Deck size of 40. That's fine. It does have some anti-air. It has some secondaries. What kind of secondaries can we get? Secondary versus secondary. It doesn't specify because it's too long of a font. Now you. Alder class. I don't... Wait. Two. Alder class. You're also called the von Richthofen class, but you don't take enough? I don't get it. You, 1390. So I can just throw away that and that. Basic carriers. Early carrier. Anything that doesn't have... A Europa class basic carrier A. I don't know the difference. Because if we get the Europa class here, it has a deck size of 30, so it's lesser. It must be this one. This one must be the good boy class. Of course, we don't have chromium, so that's not really an option. What about... We could definitely throw out some convoys. We got enough for convoys. Wait, what are we already building? We're already building the Manfred von Richthofen class, but again, at least it's close to being done. It is, you know, it's very close to being done, so we don't need that tungsten. I mean, the chromium. So we can just worry about something else. What about frigates? Destroyers. Frigates are larger than destroyers? Question mark, question mark? Probably not. Usually in this time period, the frigates would be lesser. But then corvette. Also, they're all given DDs. So corvette would be, you would think, super small, but it's the same price actually as a destroyer, which makes you wonder why. Organization max range, reliability, HP is only at 40, versus say the Destroyer 1955. HP is at 40. Wait, what? You're also at 40? And you're at 40. Then what's the point of having destroyers if corvettes are just as good, but also slightly cheaper? What about the Rostock? Again, 40 HP. Really makes you think. What about light cruisers? Or, that is, yeah, light cruiser. Yeah, you got some more HP on you. That's good. Can't really see what any of these things are. Installed a mid-1 custom torpedo launcher. Okay, I can kind of get down with that. Oh, I find it funny that the on-ship models haven't been changed, so they're just gray on top of this different design. I find that funny. As someone who has spent the last couple of weeks working on a video game for class, I find it funny when there's a visual error. I know the pain. Submarines are always good, historical subs. Although now, I mean, we're the nation that has this absolutely sprawling empire all the way down to the Einheitspact. Well, pact, obviously. Einheit. Why Einheit? Why that? Does it say in here? Einheitspact. No, that is not a pop-up. That's not a pop-up. That just stays there. So I know that as soon as the Führer dies, he's basically the only thing that's holding this bad boy together. I think I'm just going to leave my armies where they lie. Free dockyards. Don't remind me. Maybe just throw out... I said corvettes are pretty okay, I think. Yeah, go ahead. It comes out in 3 months. It's perfectly fine on this fine morning. Everything else looks okay. We have available planes in reserve. Again, we can leave those be. Resources are not going to be able to be worked on at all. And then unassigned divisions, obviously. But we can figure that out as we go. We can just let things run now. Also looking around, because I know people are going to want to see it if they haven't checked out this mod before. So Himmler is just chilling over here in Burgundy. which is kind of weird because he committed a coup, but apparently the rationale was they didn't want to, like, kill the man, so they sent him off to go take over Burgundy so they can be close, but also far enough away that he's not going to cause too much trouble. And then he proceeds to cause all the trouble in the world. We got, in the Einheitsfakt, Bulgaria is still there. Good old Bulgaria with their Serbian vassal. But Romania and Hungary are out. I believe there was something to do with a war between Romania and Hungary that broke that off. Specifically, as you can see, Romania has reconquered its territories in Transylvania. And I believe took that. That would have been taken away from former Yugoslavia. There's no longer Yugoslavia, obviously. All the way over here we have Reichskommissariat Muscovin with Siegfried Kasch. Eric Cook is in Reichskommissariat Ukraine. We got Heinrich Losse in Reichskommissariat Deutschland. General Government, Hans Frank, which is the kind of the new state for Poland, the general government. It do be what it is. Missing production. Transport helicopter. Okay. That is a thing I can do. Improved. That's an attack helicopter. The thing that I sexually identify as. But where's... Because there's approved attack helicopter. Is that not in here? What if I look at outdated models? And who needs transport helicopters? I'm assuming that must be some kind of... Yeah, okay. Okay, it's not in here at all. Is that something different? Is that something I should have researched? No, not there. Helicopter. 1950, early helicopter, into improved transport helicopter, which it says I have. Which means the Lufthansa 330 Puma. I guess we're gonna go find that again. Also, what is this? The Kugelpanzer? That is a ball. That, sir, is a ball. What about jet transport, basic transport, approved hack? I don't see it. I do not see it. Maybe it's in here. There we go. Transport heli. Versus experimental helicopter. And you acquire some... I'll bring it to the top. Apparently somebody needs some, and they only take aluminum. Hey, hey, hey. Nice. I like it. So we can just give them some of that. We got aluminum for days. We can do aluminum. Let's keep on a-trucking then. The Brown Eminence. My dictionary, I don't care. I don't care who that's about. I don't care about the Brown Eminence. Just sounds like something. Sounds like a very strange poop joke. The Gilded Reichsmarschall. I hope I didn't. These must be like the contenders to the throne. I wonder. The Southern Threat versus the Reichs. Let's see. Albrecht Speer. Let's hold this up because I think I'm going Speer path. A figure often overlooked in the convoluted politics of the Reich, Albrecht Speer is nonetheless one of the key players, architect by profession, and personal friend of Hitler in the beginning of his rise to power. Speer was attracted to the future Führer's persuasive dialectic and his great plans for Germany. The attraction was mutual soon as... That sounds pretty gay! As soon as Hitler looked at Speer's work, the young architect found himself launched at the forefront of the party's leadership and tasked with designing dozens of public buildings. The war changed everything. Speer was appointed minister of the Armaments in the most difficult time of the conflict, and it was there that this side of his personality made itself even more evident: opportunism. He took the merit of German production surge, but his main contribution to the war effort had been the invention of what would have forever changed the Reich: slavery. He invented it. Mark that down in your history books, boys. Hundreds of thousands of inferiors and war prisoners toiled to death in the military-industrial complexes, fueling the German war machine with their lives. You know, I'm starting to think that this Speer fellow isn't such a nice guy. After the war, Speer returned with his passion and single-handedly designed the culmen of the Reichsgrandeur Germania. Maybe Speer is just the continue of the Reich guy? Maybe it's Bormann who is the Maybe Bormann is the one who is here to be more of the performer? I'm not sure. I do not know. I know that Heinrich is not, and I know that the Reich's last conquest, the stars. Inside divisions, free dockyards. Yeah, just keep. Oh wait, I can't. The blonde beast. That's Heinrich, I'm sure. Yeah, Reinhard Heinrich. Heinrich. I don't know. I don't know. Continue on. Steady as you were. So, enemy of my enemy. We will approach the United States and attempt to lure them into a warming of relations between us and the promise of joint global efforts to contain Japan. Or convene the Reichstag, formally opening the 1962 session of the Reichstag. We will be able to receive petitions from across the Reich and address the policies, pact for war games, blah blah blah. Guide the party, a bridge too far, student protests have crippled Germany. Ooh, no, that doesn't sound fun. War of attrition, expand the Orpo. Speer proposal or Bormann? Speer, Bormann. Who's Bormann? As Platakanzia, Martin Bormann wields an astonishing amount of power within the Reich, and Führer's support, Herr Bormann, has risen to become the spiritual leader of the NSDAP, able to greatly influence German domestic and foreign policy decisions. Given his influence, Platakanzia Bormann is offered the government a proposal advocating for increased cooperation with the achievement of proper understanding with the United States in order to successfully counter the influence of the Japanese Empire. Hey, let's just start with convening the Reichstag. I'll figure it out as I go along. Don't hurt me. Also, there is money. Assassin strikes the Führer. What? January 21st, 1962, the Reich will celebrate their victory, blah, 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 blah. Heinrich Himmler has announced Hitler was shot once before the agent was killed, and the Führer was briefly hospitalized before the declared stable. Okay, lose political power, got it. The Alde is launched. What is the Alde? Oh, right, that was the ship I was doing. By the way, where's my fleet? Because there's the Alde. Okay, where's the Alde? He is in Wilhelmshaven. And he has a small fleet of U-boats at his disposal. Where's my navy? Oh, here it is. Wait, they're all there? You're all there. Okay. Yeah, go back to SM, please. I can keep some over here. That's fine, but I don't want to... The worst thing that could possibly happen is Turkey cuts us off from our own navy. That's the worst thing that can happen with the navy if we keep them all in here for some reason. I don't even know why we would keep them all there, but they were there. They were definitely there. Hitler addresses the nation. Did y'all hear that in Namibia there was I think like just a town council maybe level position that was elected by someone who was named Adolf Hitler, the politician named Adolf Hitler. And I believe that's down here. Yeah, Namibia, even a country. It's not Nambia. It's gotta be Namibia. There's gotta be that extra E in there. Today, the world watches as one of the most significant moments of the 20th century prepares to take place almost a week after the Führer was shot in an attempted assassination believed to have been orchestrated by Japan. God dang, Japan always be meddling in people's affairs. Hitler today appeared on national television with a necessity for an appointed successor being exposed by the incidents. Following days of heated debate, Hitler stood before the Reichstag to announce his candidate. The conservative, Bormann, the militarist, Göring, the reformer, Speer. Oh, so Speer is the reformer. You know, the slave master. He'll reform the Reich. Or the butcher, Heinrich. We will go with the reformer out of Speer. And we now have a person we can recruit. Well, only one of them has anything. You're a demolition expert and politically connected? Sure. Wait, what? Leader experience gain, but promotion cost? That means nothing. Heinzgraf. That means nothing. How do I select you? There we go. You. Yeah, go ahead and do counterintelligence. That's fine. Continue on. We have pick Speer. We have pick Speer, and that is what's important. Hitler names his successor. Bypass the reformer. Oh, wait a minute. So that means... Oh. Okay. How am I so... What was the point of that? What was the point of the other tree then? If I just don't... If I get to get too into it before it... I mean, okay. So let's deal with the Orpo for command power, but for base stability. Stability's nice. I like stability. You like stability? I like stability. I like being stable, if at all possible. But I do not. The meeting with the Führer, tick tock on the clock. I forget how that song goes, and now it's kind of weird because there's an app called Tick Tock that has nothing to do with clocks. The Presidium of the Supreme Soviet has defeated the... Oh, come on. Way done. Okay, as 1962 began to draw on, the government of the Reich remained locked in slow stagnation. The protests of student groups across the nation about slavery. Oh, those student groups always complained about slavery. And still a failed economy and the constant border war with the Reichskommissariats. Really? There's a constant border war going on? I thought they were just chilling. Okay. And about 1,000 other things raged on with nearly 1 million students constantly marching and protesting and disrupting businesses and countless others joining them. Really? Just walking? No bricks? Damn. Why are the... What? No fires? The Reich seemed completely unable to cope with the crisis. While many of the government demand harsh action, nobody knows what real harsh action they can take to a movement so large and so disorganized. While threats have been made against the protesters, they remain undeterred as the numbers swell. And with no central authority, there is no head of the government to cut them off. I mean, that seems... On one hand, there would definitely be student protests like this, but on the other hand... I would see like a communist China thing going on in this situation where they just roll the tank straight in, and if anyone tries to take accountability for killing kids, just say it didn't happen. Just wipe that off the memory. Just arrest anyone who ever mentions it. Go full Tiananmen on them. That is what Hitler would do in this situation. I don't know why we're gonna be pretending, but so these are fake choices. Let's go with wow. I think that is what is best for us. The student revolt. Der Tag der Verrats. I'm not sure what that means. Der Tag der Verrats is what they're calling it, the day of betrayal. Oh, that's what that means. Betrayal against the people of the Reich by their leaders, their police, their military, by everyone. Police in Aachen took it upon themselves to fire on the crowd when teenagers who started a small riot outside the local Orpo station, and it started as the police shooting that sparked a massive riot across the city. See, this is what I'm talking about. You gotta stop it. You gotta arrest the people who try to say that existed, Bobby. If you don't, people are gonna get upset at you. You gotta get full authoritarian on them. Aachen is now burning, and the Orpo units are starting to hold their lines against furious crowds. Our rioters and the military stepping in the declining martial law. The Orpo units ordered to stand down. Large sections of the city have been left to the mob. The action hasn't been limited to Aachen, with both protests and overzealous Orpo officers across the country taking up arms in inspiration. Most of the largest cities of the Reich now look like a war zone. The condemnation and protest of the fellowship reaching far as Muscovian. Oops. Oopsies. Now, just curious, is anybody over in Aachen? Wait, it's not even on the list. Okay. Carry on. Be like, here, roughly. Here. This general area, I think it's on the Rhine. City of Aachen. Pretty sure it's on the Rhine. I know that there was a battle in Aachen during World War II. That was during the point at which we were trying to get across the Rhine River. So it's probably there. No, it's in this general area. The Great Bulgarian Game. Oh, thank you for mentioning the time that I played Bulgaria. That was a great game, thank you. Bulgaria, since the closing days of the Second World War, I just want to say Weltkrieg there, God. I should really be playing Kaiserreich. Has been closely linked to Germany and have pact. This wasn't an issue for Bulgaria and even profitable for the two of the nearly a decade. The greatest market crash of the 50s changed everything, however. So closely tied to the German economy, it was only natural that the Bulgarian markets followed suit. Bulgaria very nearly left the pact, and Germans, exerting the rest of their influence they had in the region, managed to threaten, bribe, and call in favors to pact the Bulgarian administration with pro-German ministers. I almost said administrators, but hey, whatever. To keep the government under close watch, the Germans shortly after deployed a garrison to Sofia itself to keep the peace, and during the turmoil 10 years later, one still sees German boots patrolling the capital. I mean, I don't, but okay. Times are perhaps changing, however. The Bulgarian government is perhaps ripe to be overthrown. Prime Minister Gaborski, well known to be in German hands, recently died in a car accident. Rumors surrounds his death, but whether he was assassinated, was it the dang Japanese again, or truly dying? The tragic accident means nothing. His death has given underground Fatherland Front the hope they needed to begin acting against pro-German elements. So, okay, that's going to be an issue later on. That sounds like a problem for then. But, you know, we're at 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video, where, it seems like things are kicking off. I think that by the next episode, something's going to happen. See you guys then. Bye-bye.